Watching a circus show for me, I'm quite anxious, because they are risking it and they're doing high-level acrobatic skills. So I'm kind of nervous and anxious when I'm watching a show.
Great talent, but also great dedication and perseverance all through the organisation.
How do we stretch and stress and question and push bodies until they communicate with an audience?
Last year we did about 413 shows in 130 cities. We have a permanent ensemble of about 35 members.
We need people that are kind of hungry to do something different, hungry to make art. So we've got 33 or 34 full-time acrobats at the moment. When we're on the road, we're often performing anywhere between 6 and 8 shows a week. Some of our acrobats are in Melbourne. We've also got a group in Berlin at the Chameleon Theatre. And then we've got this team here in Brisbane working on Shaun the Sheep. And here's the 12 acrobats that are making Shaun the Sheep.
If you're going to create work that captures heart and imagination, it's probably a good idea to bring both of those to the work. I think you also need to be just really hardworking. If you were an acrobat and I was interviewing you and you had applied for a job and you have all the physical requisites and you're a beautiful performer, probably the first 15 to 20 minutes of our conversation will be me giving you reasons why you don't want to do this job. It's cognitively difficult. You'll be living out of a suitcase. You'll be in a forced 10-way marriage with people you may not even like. You'll be learning 6 or 7 different shows at once. You'll be having to learn how to improvise, perform. People will be on your back about every bad habit. You're going to need to look after yourself. You're going to need to roll mats at the end of a long day. This is going to be a tough way to lead your life. And what I find is that the right kind of people love that challenge, and I think we're mostly, a company with the right kind of people.
Hi, I'm Ben Knapton. I'm the rehearsal director of Shaun the Sheep's Circus show. Yeah, that's better. It's quite a dense show, I guess, Shaun the Sheep. It's packed with physical action, heaps of characterization. The sheep in Shaun the Sheep, they're quite physically able. The sheep already do 4 stacks high, and we do 4 stacks high as well. We leaned heavily on the claymation Shaun the Sheep in order to extract kind of reference material, and certainly all of the characters are in there, or most of the characters.
It's amusing and exciting, and of course, because we had Circus, it's not boring and it's full of cool skills and funny things that happen. But that's kind of not really the point. That's the chocolate coating around the Brussels sprout. The actual Brussels sprout is the nutrition you get when you're in a family.
That's in there. It can't help but be in there. If somebody falls off the top of 4 people standing high, somebody will catch it.
I'm playing Shaun in the show, and I'm really excited to get to Manchester.
We get to do a lot of group acrobatics and flips and tumbling. I do some aerial hoop.
I'm one of the sheep. We're part of the flock. And then I also do the bull, which is the big, angry Spanish fighting bull in claymation.
What I hope is the audience comes along and has this really exciting time. They laugh, they cheer, they whoop, whoop, they stand at the end. But more importantly, I hope that they're kind of moved in some way and they're connected and they go out and maybe hug their annoying brother and sister a little bit harder, or kind of smile at Christmas time and think, yeah, actually it's pretty good to have a family even if they drive you nuts. It's very hard to know what anything looks like in the future. Right now we're on cruise ships and we're working with opera companies and we're doing a range of different things that are very different in their output and what you might notice, but our corporate values are quality, audacity and humanity, and I think those are very true. And I think this idea that we will be the most sophisticated circus on the planet is really important, because when you come to see Shaun the Sheep, say, or you go and see Duckmont that'll be playing at almost the same time in Sydney and Melbourne, or you go to Berlin and see Wolf there, or another production of Wolf that'll also be running in Graz in Austria, at all at roughly exactly the same time, what you will see is I can trust that when I walk in the door, I'm going to see something that pushes the boundaries. It's physically exciting, it's deeply engaging, and it's not afraid to be searching and restless in what it's trying to say, and find a really beautiful, sophisticated way to say that. One of the great gifts of theatre is that it's, an hour or an hour and a half that you sit with people, sitting together, sharing breath, sharing the gasps and the tension in your body, the release of laughter, and that these things happen on a communal level and they happen together. And the fact that they happen about such a enchanting, heartwarming, but also surreal and playful and ratbagish kind of energy and thing as Shaun the Sheep is just a beautiful coming together. I want to make work that is deeply thrilling, but I also want to make work that's thrillingly deep, where you have a powerful emotional, intellectual, spiritual, whatever experience about the work. And that is pretty difficult in circus. You've seen with Ben and the group how much energy and how much love and life is going into the work. This is a group that takes this seriously and wants to do great shows. What I think is really important for Circa is that we continue to be positioned as the most sophisticated circus on the planet.